Do you know what that means on your Honda? Oil life 10%, code 1B. Now this is going to come on when your maintenance minder gets basically below, or 15% or below. The car has 16,861 miles on it, and I'm going to show you how they do the second oil change on the Honda Accord. Plus, we're going to take an oil sample, send it off to the lab, and we're going to cut open the current oil filter that's on the car and see what's in it. Alright, if you're wondering exactly what the code 1B means, in my owner's manual for 2015, it is page 493 on the Accord, and as you can see right there, code 1 is to rotate the tires, and subcode B is to do all the things listed here. Now, I have done almost all of those already. I rotate my tires every 5,000 miles to get maximum tire life. What we're going to be focusing on is the engine oil and filter on this video. All the other things on here should be completed per Honda's recommendation. Alright, just like on the last video where I did the first oil change, I'm going to be using the AMSOIL Signature Series OW30 synthetic oil. I have a factory Honda tool here. This is makes it very easy to remove the oil filter. I've got our 3/8 inch extension here. I've got a brand new drain plug washer. I've got a brand new A01 Honda oil filter. I've got a clean cup here for collecting our oil sample that will be sent off to oil analyzers. And last but not least, we've got a 6-point 17mm socket on a 3/8 inch ratchet. Let's get this job done. So this is what the oil currently looks like. It's actually very clean. I think this oil's got about 8,600 miles, 85, but I'll let you guys know when I look at the my logbook. Make sure that you're loosening the correct drain plug. This says engine oil and it has an arrow pointing to this, but you'd be surprised, people will try to let the fluid out of their transmission or anything else they can get their hands on. Alright, once you get to about that speed of drip, I usually go ahead and put the drain plug back in. Alright, most of the time I just do this snug. I forgot to tell you guys, if you have a torque wrench, it would be torqued to 30 foot-pounds. Next, we're going to go ahead and remove the oil filter. Alright, make sure that the old gasket did not stick on the mounting surface. Clean everything up in preparation for the new filter. Alright, on all the new filters, I always put the miles at 16,861. We're doing this on 12/11/16. And I'm going to pre-fill the filter as much as I can with the oil. Alright, you're not going to be able to get a whole lot of oil in there, but it'll just make sure that your bearings, when you crank this over, it will not have a dry start, so to speak. It does take a few seconds for this oil filter to fill up and then start supplying the oil when you do an oil change. Also, put a little bit of oil on the gasket. All that does is to allow the gasket to slip on the mating surface as you're tightening this up, and it won't bind or pinch. Alright, I've installed the new filter and tightened it up, and next we're going to go ahead and add the oil. Alright, so I've removed the oil cap and I've got my funnel here, and I'm going to go ahead and add the oil. Now the Honda manual says it takes, I believe, 4.4 quarts. The last time I did this, it took nearly 5, so I do let the oil drain out of the plug for quite a quite a long time, probably longer than most people. I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but when I do check it, it was inside the garage when it was very level. It's not level out here. Alright, so I have I went ahead and put 4 3/4 quart in here. I'm going to go ahead and start the engine and check for leaks. Alright, the last step is to reset the maintenance monitor. We'll go ahead and put the key in. And when we get to 10%, hold the mode button in. Yours may say 15. Alright, once it starts blinking, release it, then hold it in again until it changes back to 100%. There we go. I went ahead and checked for leaks both under the car and around the drain plug and around the oil filter. Everything looks good. And I hope this video is helpful for you guys. This procedure, I don't know, probably costs $30 at the Honda dealer. It's very easy to do yourself, plus you can pull an oil sample. But I'm going to do one more thing. I'm going to cut open the oil filter for you guys like I did on the first video, and let's see what's in there, if anything. Alright, we're going to go ahead and use our Long Acre filter cutter to open this filter. And I'm just going to start turning it. Alright, comes right off like that. And here is our filter element. Let me pull it out. And what I'm doing is I'm just inspecting in between the pleats. That's the spring assembly. I'm just looking for any bits of metal, anything that looks out of place. There is just a tiny few flakes of yellow, and that's just, I don't know if the camera can even pick it up. What those are, that's just some paint that was inside the engine. Here's the original filter. This was the factory filter that came off, and hopefully the camera will pick this up. That is normal casting debris that is inside the engine. That's not metal at all. It's just like it's almost like a paint type coating. Okay, so if you were to open one of your filters up and you saw that, and it's a brand new engine, it's the first oil change it's ever had, that's completely normal. And I only see maybe 1 or 2 flakes total. So that's good. That means it's, number one, the filter's doing its job. It's catching those particles and suspending them in here. And number two, it means that almost all of the contaminants, casting contaminants that were in the engine block have worked their way out. So anyway, these filters are very, very small. It's a shame that they put such a small filter on that engine, but anyway, I guess it works. There's a lot of Honda 4-cylinders out there with 5, 6, 700,000 miles on it, and tons and tons and tons of them with way over 200,000 or 300,000. So, you guys, I hope this video has been helpful. I'm going to go ahead and submit not 1 but 2 oil analysis. I'm going to send one to Oil Analyzers, and I'm going to send one to Blackstone Labs. And when they come back, I will share the results with you compared to the original one that I got on the factory oil, and we'll see what it looks like. And I will see you guys on the next video.